Hi, everyone, and welcome to TWF Friday Night Smackdown. I, Michael Cole, with Renee Young and with Corey Graves. And today on Friday Night Smackdown, we have, Father Yule, Father Frost, Santa Claus, here today on Friday Night Smackdown, due to Yule is going to be happening, soon. Michael Cole says, so that's why we got him here today. Well, it's good to see him here today, Renee Young says. We've been seeing Father Yule all through the 11th month into the 12th month. But sooner or later, he's going to be gone. Yeah, Corey Graves said, he only comes like once a year. He's all this build up, for him to come and get the gifts and then be gone for like the rest of the year, So, but the only grounds of Father Yule's only grounds for being in skilled wrestling is to get beat up. And that's mostly what happens to him all the time, Corey Graves says. So I guess Michael Cole said you would be on the bad list. Oh, then you would guess right. But I don't really put, much stock in the, so-called bad list that, that he has. Anyway, Corey Graves says. And I can tell you there's one man, Michael Cole said, doesn't really care about the good list or bad list. I guess. Alright, everyone. Ho, ho, ho. Happy Yule. It is I, Santa Claus, Father Yule, Father Frost, whatever you want to call me. And I know that there's this big build-up for me when it comes to Yule. Now, Yule really has nothing to do with me. It has to do with the birth of Jesus, Son of God. God so loved the world and so forgave the world for its many sins and misdeeds, that God gave mankind and womankind the greatest gift he gave, since life, love, and hope and forgiveness were the other gifts that he gave. The other gift was his Son, and that gift was to have your stead in heaven through God and through Jesus, to have one's sins atoned for, to have one's sins cleaned away. So even though you were sinful, God did not see those sins on you anymore, but saw the blood of his Son Jesus on you instead, which made you clean. And you might say that my little slight of helping out is I show love and kindness to others, the same love and kindness that Jesus showed to others and gave to others. I give the same way Jesus gave. So in my own little way, I am showing love and onlooking worship to Jesus for doing what I am doing. So that is what I gotta say. And I just hope you all have a happy Yule, a happy gathering of lights, a happy gathering of followership. And I know that you're not going to be giving anyone any gifts. Drew McIntyre, I don't really have the time or the stead for this. Oh, I think you do. You see, I'm only busy one day of the year, the 24th into the 25th of the 12th month, for Western Christendom's Yule. Then you're only busy again for the 24th and the 25th of the first month for Eastern Christendom's Yule. But we all know that is just a bullshit forgiveness, because we all know you don't make the toys. Hell, you never made any toys to begin with, and all the things that folks ask for are things that you have to buy. But then we all know that Father Yule, that's what we like to call you, and the 4-1 Kingdom in other lands, You know, that you never came down no smokestack, never came on no fire stead, and you never came through no lead door, and you never left through the fire stead for the smokestack through a lead door. So, how about I get an early Yule gift by beating up Father Yule, Father Frost, Santa Claus, and who the hell are you now? I mean, first it was Christopher Kringle, whoever the fuck he bloody was. And then it was Seth Applegate. Then it was Joseph Caratus. And I guess, no, it's still Scott Calvin, right? You never mind which one. Never mind who I am. Drew McIntyre, I don't know where this anger is coming from. But I never wronged you at all. But you were going around, wronging others. Alright? It's Yule time. It's Jesus' birthday's coming up. You got 12 days to onlook the birth of Jesus. Yeah, 12 days of Yule, but only one day that you show up, and it's like really a letdown. So I think that I should wrestle you. And don't tell me, Father Yule, you never wrestled, because in every bloody skilled wrestling business, you're always in the ring. You were an OVW giving out gifts, and then Doug Basham scathed you and you ran off. You're going to be on Friday nights, you're going to be in WE on Friday Night Smackdown giving out bullshit gifts. You're going to be on Monday Night Raw. Oh no, that could be Braun Strowman. Forgive me for Friday for WE. That could be Jordan Dale McDonough for Monday Night Raw. You're going to show up on NXT. You're going to show up in WE, and somehow you're going to show up in AEW too. But you don't care, because on one of those shows, you're going to get the fuck beat out of you. Either a WWE or AEW is going to beat the... But I think I'll do it here. I think I'll beat the bloody hell out of Father Yule. And get yourself on the unlawful list. To beat someone up for no ground, sake or why, is unlawful. Alright, it should be sinful too. But we'll also say unlawful. So this is how you want to do the reckoning down to Yule. Jesus' birthday. You want to beat up on Father Yule, Father Frost, Santa Claus, whatever you want to call him, Drew McIntyre. He's got many names. I played him one year. I got to play him one year. And I'm not going to let you do anything to him. He's not a wrestler. He's not a fighter. Oh, is that right, John Bradshaw Lakefield? Because you played two Santa Clauses one year? You played Santa Claus, the evil brother of Santa Claus. And you fought Mick Foley and onlooked to the fighters free. And then that was like what, 2004 YL or something like that? And then in 2006 YL, we had Sullivan Guns Ray as Father Yule. We had you as Father Yule. We also have Big Dick Johnson as Father Yule. What's your grounds? He's not a wrestler. He's not a fighter. That's bullshit, John. I've seen him wrestle many matches. WWF, WWE, WCW, TNA. Hell, I've seen him do it many times in OVW. Hell, I've seen him do it in WCCW. I've seen him do it in WCCW, USWA. What the fuck? He's done it everywhere. This is a man who one year gave a man a stunner in OVW, whacked another man off his bag one year. And don't forget how he won the WWE 24/7 winnings one year in 2009 YL. But then he also showed up at backstage or back room, so whatever. Alright, John Bradshaw. Alright, Drew McIntyre. You want to fight Father Yule, Father Frost, Santa Claus, Santa Claus, whatever you want to call him? Well, the ghost of Yule now. Alright. You'll do it right here on Friday Night Smackdown. It'll be Father Yule, Father Frost taking on Drew McIntyre. Oh, and guess what? He can hit you with the bag. Well, looks like Michael Cole said we're going to get Father Yule, what he is known by in some lands, Father Frost in other lands, Santa Claus or Santa Claus in other lands. Michael Cole says, and why does Drew McIntyre want to fight Father Yule for? Look, he's a creep, Renee Young says. He isn't getting it. He's not happy. He's always irked, wretched, irked over something. And apparently he wants to live up to, what Santa Claus does in every skilled wrestling business since the beginning of time, is either beat someone up or get beat up by someone. Renee Young said it's sad. Well, Corey Graves said the truth is that Father Yule is either he played by a heel wrestler, he gets beat by a good wrestler. If a good wrestler is playing him, then a heel wrestler beats him, Corey Graves said. That's the way it went. That's how... Oh! He hit him with the sack, Michael Cole says. He hit him with the sack down. He hit him with the sack. And who would have thought this Santa Claus doll from the Dollar Tree could do that? We'll call that the sleigh down. That was the name of the hold when Mark Henry played Santa Claus one year. When he, back in 2012, YL, when he beat Damien Sandow, who was playing Santa Claus, the evil one, that other year, Michael Cole says. Yeah, Renee Young said, don't forget, that was the last year that TNA did Santa Claus in 2012, YL. Yep, Mick Foley also do it, or whatever. It's not going to be what it's going to be, It is what it is. That's not fair, Corey Graves says. How could Father Yule, Father Frost, Santa Claus do that? Put him on a bad list, Corey Graves says. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here's your winner. Father Yule, also known as Father Frost, or Santa Claus, or Santa Claus, if you want to get all Dutchy about it. Well, you can see that Drew McIntyre now has something new to bitch about. Michael Cole says losing to Father Yule. And he's going to live that shame down, Michael Cole says. I don't think he will, Renee Young says. Losing to Father Frost has to be a shame, because Father Frost isn't always known for being a wrestler or a fighter, Renee Young says. I tell you what, Corey Graves said, losing to Father Yule, Father Frost, Santa Claus, whatever you want to call him, the ghost of Yule now. Oh, it's Odin slammed together with Holy Fellow Nicholas and whatever Coca-Cola's bullshit. Corey Graves says, how is Drew McIntyre going to live this down? He got buried. That's what I think happened, Corey Graves said. The man got buried. And now he can't get even on Father Yule until this time next year. So now they got a year and a half build up for that. Well, I could tell you now Drew McIntyre, now I can hold that, now they're going to have a whole year build up just for a blow off. Corey Graves, I tell you one thing, Michael Cole says, Drew McIntyre is going to show some onlook to Father Yule now after this wrestling match. I think so, Renee Young says. I'd think so. Yeah, this has to be sad. All right, take it away, Tony Schiavone. Thank you, Michael Cole, Renee Young. I'm going to be talking with Father Yule, or Father Frost, or Santa Claus, here today on Friday Night Smackdown. First off, Father Yule, Santa Claus, Father Frost, you're not really known for being a wrestler, but somehow you beat Drew McIntyre. Well, somehow, someway I did it, Tony Schiavone. I mean, I don't know how I did it, but somehow I did. You know, a lot of folks out there, you know, are going to say that I buried Drew McIntyre, or I shamed Drew McIntyre. I did none of those things. You know, all I do is bring I show love and kindness to others, the same way Jesus showed love and kindness to others. I give the same way Jesus gave. It's true that Jesus did a whole lot more things than I did. Jesus healed the sick, the wounded, and the handicapped. He brought the dead back to life. He atoned it for sin. And for someone to shame me or guilt me or want to pick a fight with Father Yule, Father Frost, that is just sad. Well, does that mean Drew McIntyre's on the bad list? Yeah, I guess so for this deed. But I can't doom him for it. I do forgive him for it. And God and Jesus forgive him for it too. So yes, he'll be getting some from me when I fly to the 4-1 Kingdom, which includes England, Highland. And yes, I might have to go down the smokestack through the firestead. If not, I'm going through the lead door then. Well, you do know, Santa Claus, you're going to be busy. You're showing up. You showed up in OVW, last Saturday, last Star Day. Now you're showing up in WWE on Friday Night Smackdown, and again in WWE from Monday Night Raw and WWE and NXT. And AEW, you'll be showing up there for Collision or Hit tomorrow for AEW, and then Dynamite or Might for AEW on that Tuesday as well. Yeah, I'm going to be showing up in WWE and AEW. I already showed up in OVW. So, just want to wish you a happy Yule. Well, thank you. Happy Yule to you too. Alright, that's my talk with Father Yule, or also Father Frost, or Santa Claus. Back to you, Michael Cole and Back to you, Michael Cole and Renee Young. Well, thank you, Tony Schiavone, for talking with Father Yule here today on Friday Night Smackdown. It's all the time we have here. I, Michael Cole, with Renee Young, and Corey Graves. We hope you like Friday Night Smackdown. And we'll see you tomorrow for Rampage or Ram Crew.